Alrighty guys, welcome aboard the Atlantis 14. I hope everyone's having a great day today. So we just got the updated dives, so guys, make sure. So a lot of sea turtles like to hide out in holes, especially around this ship. And if you do see one too, feel free to call it out. Don't be shellfish.
Seals! Seals! Look, they're not seals! So much stress.
Is a bright yellow fish with a black spot at the end of their tail. Those guys are millet seed butterfly fish, and they're actually endemic to the island. So what that means is they're found in a very localized area. You won't see those guys anywhere else in the world besides out here in Hawaii. We actually have about 25% of species that are endemic to the island like that. And those fish in particular, they actually use that black spot at the end of their tail to act as a false eye.
There's the Titanic.
The Titanic.
It's a, that is what ship is this?
Just taking all kinds of random things here.
All these black fish kind of right at the bow of the ship. So those are all lavender tang. They actually get their name because if you bring them up to the surface, they're like a vibrant purple color. You kind of see it. It looks like it might be a little female. I can't really see the tail that well.
It's like a statue.
It's a way to identify the gender of it, and I couldn't really tell. I couldn't really see the tail, but you have to look at the tail. It's a really long tail, almost as long as back flippers. It is a male. Because a very small tail is a female. Oh, we have a bunch of silver mackerel up top. Oh, we have some unicorn fish. If you guys look down, there's 3 unicorn fish swimming around.
Wow.
They have the really long horns on top of their head.
Unicorn fish.
Oh, there's a little pufferfish too. But for those unicorn fish, both male and female unicorn fish actually have those horns. They're used as a form of dominance.
How many? How far did it come on?
We have a school of those mackerel right up top. So those are all bait fish. Generally, they'll be the ones. We're going to go right in between the middle of these. We're going to see 3 on each side. And I see them now on port side. In just a second, we're going to see them on starboard side come into view. So these structures, these are Hawaiian pyramids. They're actually some of the first structures to ever be brought down to our dive site. And they were funded by the University of Hawaii back in '89. And what their goal was to try to cultivate coral on them. But you're going to see there's not too much coral growth. That is because the concrete that they used was too acidic and it wouldn't allow coral to grow on it. But there is some coral growing on it. It's actually growing on a PVC pipe that's also made out of it. Now, one thing you notice, there's a lot of fish around all the structures out here, not really too much in the open ocean. That is because, again, all those open ocean areas, that's where all those bigger predators are. I'm going to, again, make the U-turn. We don't see anything on both sides. Oh, we see one fish out on sports. Those were submarine. But we're going to see a lot too by these Japanese reefs that we're getting to. We actually see them right now in my window. So all those big fish out there, those are all giant trevally or alua in Hawaiian. And those fish, they're actually the apex predators of our reefs out here. So they like to chase all the sharks right off the dive site. They're not too good at sharing. It's both sharks and those guys like the same fish. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
But those guys can get up to be about 200 pounds. Sometimes we see them in that black color that we see. That's actually because they're a mature male as well. But these structures that we're looking at, these are again our Japanese reefs. So the reason why we call them that is because they're made in Japan. But they can be found worldwide, and specifically for a lot of seaweed growth. But you're going to see there's not a lot of seaweed on ours. But it's because the waters out here in Hawaii are too warm and too salty for seaweed growth. So we actually can't grow any out here. But these structures do make a great place for coral to grow because they are made out of hard fiberglass material. You see, there's all those giant trevally, especially around this last Japanese reef we have out here. And those are actually juveniles of the species. So again, they can get to be about 200 pounds. Another fish you might have spot is like a black and white fish with a really long dorsal. Let's see if we can also see this natural reef.
Find it in here. I saw one.
So if you guys see all those armored colored fish that are around, so those are a species of damselfish. And in the damselfish family, there's about 355 species. Taking with one of the largest fish families in the world. But we have about 17 that live out here in Hawaii. And they're actually a keystone species, so when we see them on our reef, it actually changes the way other fish react on the reef, specifically in regards to feeding. So some fish will have to feed at different times of the day or in groups because they're present. Natural reef, and we're gonna go over to those Japanese reefs again and see those guys on the starboard side.
Stop breaking them.
Let's see, it looks like different metal. That live there. His wife might not be home today. We're getting over to these airplane wings. And we've also made it to the deepest part of our dive, guys. So we're at 106 feet right now. Woo! Side first. I do see it out my window up here. All those fish right underneath this first section of the wing, those are all Hawaiian snappers. They're actually called moo in Hawaiian. After this piece of metal that's out here. Look at the airplane. See that giant trevally swimming around?
Oh, wow.
No, it's right there.
Okay, so the white-tipped reef shark underneath this first section of the wing on the port side airplane. He's really close to the inside though. You can only really see his back tail. So that shark, the reason why I knew he was a white-tipped reef shark was looking at that back tail. There's a little like spot back there. That is a giant trevally or a lua.
I don't see this mythical shark.
Look, it's just in the water. Your lifeline there.
There's actually a big lua over here on the starboard side. Nope, right in front. They probably want to try and chase us off the dive site. They don't really like us either. So sometimes they get a little aggressive with us. But yeah, so that shark, the reason why he was laying underneath that airplane wing is actually because he was sleeping. So only 5 species of sharks can lay down like that. That is including our white tip reef sharks. And what we're gonna do right now,
the wing.
you can see that giant alua. He's right underneath this first section of the wing. Another fishing is my spot. There's a bunch of goatfish out here. So goatfish all have little whiskers on their chins. And if you can see them, sometimes you'll see they dig around in the sand with them. But those little whiskers, they're chemosensory barbels. They use those to sense their environment and taste their food. So that's why they're actually digging around in the sand. Yeah, if you see a couple goatfish digging around in the sand over by that very tip. So because there's 3, it's actually a squadron. The third one I think is a little packed. You guys might be able to see our pyramids now on both sides. We're going to cut through these to get over to our surfacing area today. Oh, there's a little pufferfish on the quarter side too. They look like little turkey legs.
Turkey legs. The puffer fish looks like a turkey legs.
Alright, but the reason why we set it up is because we can't see the surface. We don't know if there's any surface traffic, so we definitely don't want to go up and surprise any boats that are up there. So we'll send that indicator bubble up, and this how boats can kind of assess the area that we're around and let us know if we can surface. Boat's response.
He was gone. Yeah, I did get him in there, but...
Service 1111.
Be clear service, I swear close corner.
Alright, so we just got the clear surface. We're going to open up all these water tanks and push all that water out through high pressure air. And once those are empty, we should be able to rocket right up to the surface in about 15 seconds. That's the fastest part of our dive. You're going to see all the bubbles in our windows. And you're going to see all the lights return right back to the cabin. And we've made it back to the surface, guys. Give a big round of applause for our captain up here. He did such a great job today. Thank you so much, Captain Jim.